just listen, you can hear the voices
I hear the voices. Yes.
crying
Hey, because the leaves
out.
just
Do
keep
we
on
have,
falling and growing,
do we
falling
have
and
a
growing.
choice?
What's
What's
going on?
going
What's
on?
going on?
Make sure it's
Yeah, we need that word,
strong.
y'all. What's
What's
going on?
going
What's going on?
on?
Oh, it's
Right
a
now seems
weird world, y'all.
wrong.
Yeah.
I played on us,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
drugs.
They everywhere. They
Here
everywhere.
comes the buzz.
Wow, we gotta kill this stuff.
Down
Yes, yes.
is now up.
Oh yes, it is.
And
Oh,
families
they all divided.
are busting
All divided.
up.
All divided.
If you just listen,
Yeah.
you can hear the voices
Yeah.
crying out.
Crying out,
Do we
crying out.
have a choice?
What's really going on? What's really going on?
Make sure it's
Really
strong.
going on? What's
What's
really
going
going on? What's really going
on?
on? Crying up.
Hi, I'm Little Red Riding Hood, and welcome back to What's Really Going On. First of all, we're here with Miss Vanessa Jones with Silverhawk Records, and I would like to welcome you to our show.
Thank you. It's nice being here.
Thank you. We will be talking today about her record label and how she got started in the business. But first of all, if you excuse me, Miss Vanessa, I would like to talk to my big bad wolf and tell him, baby, I'm back and I can't wait to see you. I was in that kooky house for just too long, but I'm back. And
Excuse me.
um, yeah, so we was talking and you're with Silverhawks. You're with Silverhawks and what do you do there? What's your position?
I'm the general manager of Silverhawk Records.
General manager.
About 3 years now.
3 years now, that's such a big job. How
Yes.
did you get that job?
Family business.
Family business, wow.
A
I would like
relative.
to be in that family.
A relative of mine wanted to get in the business, and
Okay.
I had been in it for about 2 years before that, and I'd been exposed to a lot of people in the business. And the guy that I was working with, his job was a consultant.
Okay.
He showed you how to get your record label started. So I watched and observed him and
There's
learned
no
from him.
training classes, specific training classes that you have to go through?
I have a business degree.
oh,
business
wow.
administration,
That helped you out
so-
a lot, didn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
because this is basically running the whole company, doing all the paperwork, the legal paperwork, keeping the books, the accounting, setting up times, the appointments,
Okay.
keeping everybody going, make sure all the operations of the company goes properly. But this is like most jobs. You either have a gift for it, a talent for it, or you don't.
Don't you know? Don't
You know, it
know?
works or it doesn't.
Right.
You know.
So how do you feel about those people out there are trying to scam the young artists that's coming out today?
First of all, you need to go to the bookstore, the libraries, get the books, read. Read. Go to the seminars, go to the magazine racks and get all the music magazines. They have like a lot of conventions. If
Right.
you can afford to get to some of them,
Right.
there are a lot of seminars, a lot of
Now,
panels
so are you saying this for the agent or are you saying this for the artists
for the artists.
themselves?
The artists, you need
They
to
need
know
to
the
do the
business before you
research.
get an agent, before you get
Right.
a manager, even
Right.
an attorney. You need to know what's going on because they could just tell you anything and you
Right.
don't understand the contracts.
Right.
So it's it's best that you do this, and I'm always giving out information. If the kid asks me, fine, I'll tell them
Right.
what they need to know.
Because we don't want the same thing happening to like Vanelli,
Mhm.
whatever their name was.
That is kind of hard.
So you said you got your degree. What school did you attend to? What college?
I went to the University of Chattanooga in Tennessee.
Okay.
Tried to go to school in Cincinnati. That didn't work. So I went in the military and I finished up
Wow.
overseas.
Wow. That's interesting. So how you feel about women in the business? Well, women in military. Is it hard?
We no,
No.
it's a mind thing. If
Right.
it's that what if that's what you want, that's no problem. You can do it.
Mhm.
It's a mind thing. If the women work together, all of us work together to get through it because one person messed up, all of us
All
paid for it.
right,
You know,
right.
in basic.
I just thought that you had to be strong and show all your stuff to the men. Prove to them.
No, we beat them all the time.
What? Oh my goodness. So going from military to this business, how did you get into that?
I guess it was almost like a twist of fate.
Was
It's just
it?
something that just happened. I've always wanted to be in the entertainment business, but I never thought that I would, be in it this way.
So going for your dream.
Owning
really
my own
happened
company,
for
yeah.
you.
I want to own my own company also, and basically that company will be just consulting,
Oh,
telling the
Okay.
kids, anybody that wants to get into business, teach you the contracts, let you learn everything yourself, get you the books, and before you go out there, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot they need to know.
wow, wow, wow. So they need to do the research and everything themselves,
Yes, and it doesn't happen overnight.
right?
It takes a lot of hard work. I mean, you have to be prepared to go in the studio, mentally, physically. It's a lot of work. It's taken us 2.5 years.
Wow,
Taken
wow.
us 2.5 years, and we're on a movie soundtrack, the Dirty South movie.
Okay, that was my next question. Who are some of the artists that you've worked with so far?
The Rich Kids, they've got several groups on the label. We've got two, and there are several other new groups on the soundtrack. The movie should be released pretty soon, but the soundtrack is already in the stores.
Wow, wow, in 1998.
Hmm
Oh my
And
goodness.
we've got our hands on a little bit of everything.
Mm-mm-mm.
We're trying.
So do you find it difficult working with teens,
Yes.
young bucks,
Yes.
as I call them?
Male and female. Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, once they get away from home and they're not around their parents, they didn't do anything. They have no
Mhm.
respect for anyone.
Mhm.
It is so hard. I mean, they
Mhm.
want to curse. They want to put all this gang banging, shooting, killing, and they
Right,
don't realize
right.
how hard it is to sell that because that's underground.
Right,
And
right.
if you don't get your music played on the radio, TV, or anywhere else, you don't get paid because that's where you make your money.
That's exactly right.
As many times
So
as
how do you
rotated.
break that barrier down?
Once they sign their contracts, they're independent contractors.
Okay.
Okay, they're disciplined like any other employee.
Wow.
We write them. They get 3 warnings, 3 written warnings, in writing.
Get out of here.
After the 3rd warning, they're suspended for 6 months without pay.
Oh my God.
artist
You
only
know I
gets-
wouldn't want to go like that without my money and
Keep 'em out of
without
the
my
studio.
big daddy too.
Oh my goodness.
Just love my big daddy. And 1 second. G-Man, if you're out there anywhere and you're listening to me, you better leave my man alone. Leave him alone, because I'm not taking it no more, baby. That's right, I'm out, I'm back, and you can take that little mama, what's her name, Miss Williams, take her back, because my man do not want her. He was just getting a little taste until I came back. But anyway, Miss Vanessa, back to what we was talking about. You know I love my big daddy, my big bad wolf. He can blow me anytime, girls. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
That's
you said that you do a gospel also.
Contemporary gospel. We're getting ready to
Wow.
sign someone for that. But people don't realize R&B and gospel, they take time. You have to have an image too.
Wow, wow.
R&B is very hard to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be different. There's something
Right.
got to be totally striking,
Right.
strikingly different from anyone else.
Mhm.
Rap is like the number two selling music
Right.
entity in this country.
Right.
Country is one.
Really?
You make your money, from the rap first, and then you can, better spend it, out with R&B artists, especially like females. It got to be different because
Mhm.
there's so many female artists and groups out here. It's got to be something different.
Mhm.
Male groups.
Right.
If you stand out, you'll sell.
Right.
It's
right.
easy to get you out there.
Do you find, I know this is maybe a silly question, but what about the Africans? come into this R&B um, um, lifestyle? Do a lot of African come to you and say, I'm an African American, I'm really from Kenya somewhere, and I would like to put my music out, R&B. Here I am, sell me. Do that ever, do they ever come to you, about that?
Sometimes when you meet people and they ask you, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I work for a record label. Well, I got this, I've got that, I sing this, I sing that. Maybe we could help each other out or something like that. I don't, everybody's doing R&B. If you have a little soul and you can do it and you have an image and the people like you,
Right,
it works. It
Right.
really works. If they don't,
right.
you can forget it. Try something else.
Mm. So what do you think about the Kirk Franklin, the whole set of Kirk Franklin? Do you think it's going a little bit too far? Because in the
No.
media, a lot of times they say that, gospel music, contemporary gospel music, is going just a bit too far.
No. If that's the only way to reach these kids out here, let them do it.
Okay.
Because they listen to the words, they listen to the music, and young kids now are not going to listen to old-time religion.
Right.
They're not going to listen to that old gospel.
Mm-hmm.
They're bored. They're already out there killing one another, If this is what it takes to get them, let them do it. I mean, they've got Christian alternative rock,
That's true.
and
That's true.
they're selling that and nobody's saying anything about it. They've got country gospel. I mean, there's all types of religious music.
Mm-hmm.
Leave Kirk Franklin and those kids alone because they're doing a good thing. All those kids were in trouble at one time. Kirk was in trouble at one time,
Okay.
and he's changed, and and he's helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what it takes,
Wow.
let them do it.
Do you think you say you're gonna start your own country line? Really?
What's the music? I mean, we're from Tennessee. We're not that far from Nashville, so.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Get our first black Dolly Parton or Crystal Gale or Loretta Lynn. That'd be great.
Wow.
Charlie
okay.
Pride.
Now I'd like to see that movie.
That'd
That
be great.
would be a trip.
That
Yes,
would
it
be.
would. Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you have any kids? Are you a married, single mom?
I'm divorced mommy of one.
Okay.
My son's 9 years old. His name is Byron, and that's my
Okay.
heart.
Oh, wow.
That's my heart. I live here in Atlanta, so.
Do you find it hard raising your child and
Doing this.
you do within the music industry?
He's very understanding, and 9 times out of 10, he's with me
Okay.
at the studio or whatever functions we have that he's allowed to go to.
Right.
He's with me. They're going to write him a little rap song about school, staying in school.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to do that, and he's ready to go in the studio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he
Yeah,
wants to get
so
in the scene.
pushing him to stay in school and seeing what you're doing, seeing
Right.
all the stuff that's out there in the world and everything. I'm sure that that's kind of hard, on
It is.
you and the music and the deaf and all of that.
If you're a strong black woman, you have a good background, and you really love your child, you'll stick with them. I mean, you'll be very understanding to them because, I mean, being alone and raising a little boy is very hard because our little boys are, in a lot of trouble and suffering right now.
Right. Do me a favor. Can you please tell our audience out there, the parents who are parents of rappers, who are parents of R&B, who are parents of every line out there, what can they do to help their kids, to help their children, or what can you say to them for them to be understanding of what their children are going through?
Time, quality time. Give your child some time. If you're not married and you have a boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that, they don't come first. Your kids come first.
Right.
Your other little social activities can wait. Let your children know that they matter to you. Let them know that they are first. And spend time with them. Just do things with them.
Okay.
That's all kids want, some attention. That is it.
Right. But I know there's a lot of kids out there that want to be stars, that want to be rappers, and their hands are up to their parents. Leave me alone. I'm gone. Get me out of here. You know, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to California. I'm making my move. You know, and it's a lot of parents that just throwing their hands up and want, you know, somebody to talk to. And it's hard for them.
Well, you can start with your churches. There are a lot of parent groups at schools.
Okay.
There are a lot of mothers that get together and discuss things about their kids. There are different types of activities to get all the kids together, you know, to show some togetherness or something.
Right.
You can do a neighborhood thing, community center. Anyone can set up like little help crisis seminars or something to help the parents be better understand and bring the kids in, group therapy, anything. I mean, we get more people to volunteer and help these people out, we shouldn't have any problem. And another thing I think should be stressed, our kids, if our kids knew about their heritage,
Right.
where they came from,
Right.
that we were
Right. Exactly.
great African kings and queens and stuff like that,
Right.
that we weren't just slaves and nobodies. We are
Right.
people. I mean, we come from a great race, and that's what they need to know.
Yes, because a lot of times they're not teaching these things in the books.
And the
you
kids
know?
think they're nothing.
And even though that I'm a little red, I still don't know a lot about my heritage.
Well, just
Okay, and,
about what the movies like is how dirty the South can be to a person, how hard it is to struggle, the way of life it is here, you know,
Is
in
that the
the ghetto and the
definition of
projects.
dirty South?
Yeah,
That's
the struggling, the
definition.
killing, you know, people just have no respect for life. This movie is basically what that's about. I mean, we have 2 songs. We have 4 songs in the movie, and one of them is "Look What Life Gave Me," and the other one's like, "Don't take life for granted." You know, just don't take it for granted. You never know what's going to happen. And you know, basically that's what part of the movie is. And the other song is "There's a Million Ways to Get Paid.
Wow.
Choose one."
Wow.
And
wow.
they're telling you, the song is telling you to choose the right one. And then it's the other song is "Hustling to My Dying Days," and it's telling how these people are hustling to survive here in the South on the dirty
Exactly.
side,
Yes,
what people
exactly.
consider the dirty side, you know, the undesirable side, the side nobody wants to know about. They want to push over to the side, but that's what this movie's about, and it's soon to be released soon.
It is time for us to talk about, you know, what's happening underground.
Right.
And stop covering it up.
Right.
You know, we need to talk to our kids. We need to let them know what drugs is all about.
And cut out some of the lyrics and some of the music. Stop stereotyping us in the movies, you know. But
Right.
this movie is based on facts, what's actually happening out here in Atlanta,
Okay.
you know, in the South, in the projects, in the hood, in the Buckhead, anywhere, what we are going through in the
Buckhead
dirty
to
South.
Capitol Homes. Wow.
So it was
Okay.
filmed here.
Really? Okay.
So we're finishing up some more shots
So
this
you was
Sunday.
involved with this filming?
No, we were one of the investors.
Okay.
We helped out with some of the investing and on that and the soundtrack. And my boss, Mr. Watt, is in the movie. So he's got a part in it, you know. But if we can get more people to produce about reality, things is really going on, you know, maybe our kids are straighten out.
Yeah, because there are a lot of screenwriters here in Atlanta, young screenwriters that I've met. And we need to get those people out, those students.
Right.
We need to get them out and give them a chance. Give them a chance of being a screenwriter, of being a producer, of being a director, doing whatever, as long as you're doing something positive. And if you're doing something negative, you need to push that stuff to the side. That's what I feel that we need to let those people know. It doesn't not matter if you're 9 years old down up to 99.
Right.
You need to push those negative things aside
Right.
and go with the positive. Even if it's one positive thing a day,
Right.
we need to go with it.
That's why I hope everybody goes and see this movie.
The
It'll be in
understanding of it.
selected theaters first, and then it'll
Okay.
move on to the video. But,
Okay.
you know, the soundtrack is out now, and we hope it's going to do well. We're going on tour, start March 7th. We're going to open up for KP and Envy.
Wow.
211 and Southside Click and the Woodlawn Click are going to open for them in Columbus, Georgia first.
Oh,
And then Greenville, South Carolina starting in March.
Oh.
So we're going to start promoting the soundtrack in the movie then. So it should be all finished.
One more question.
Okay.
I would like to ask you, how do you feel about, you said something about the death and shooting and all of that. How do you feel about the rapper Tupac Shakur that just passed away?
Total tragedy. He had a gift. He was misunderstood.
Right.
And you've got older African Americans, older whites, people just don't understand.
Right.
If someone would actually sit down and listen to the music,
Right.
see what some of these kids do have a message.
Mhm.
It may have something negative. They may just only hear the negative things, but the negative thing has a message to it.
Right.
You know, nobody ever really sat and really listened to Tupac.
Right.
I mean, he was a totally gifted person, and that's a total loss.
Wow. That's wonderful.
It's a total loss.
It is. And it's a total loss with
Notorious Big.
Notorious
Mhm.
Big. Wow. And he had just had a child right before he had passed away.
Tupac left a baby behind. I think
Okay, now we're going to go to the video with 211 and the Southside Click. And we'll be right back. Let's enjoy it. Records. So if you're out there, they have the soundtracks in the stores now. Please go out and buy them. And can you tell the groups that's on the labels?
the Rich Kids, 211 Southside Click, Woodlawn Click. There are a lot of them.
Okay, now we're going to go to the video with 211 and the Southside Click. And we'll be right back. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, it's that food too back up on y'all, letting y'all know what life gave me. Fancy cars, I'm rolling like a movie star. I'm plushed out, gold everywhere, nugget bracelets, rings on my fingers, and then I'm rolling with a click that's extra thick. That's what he gave me.
It used to be them high water jeans and the cheapest Stacy Adams, playing cards straight shot, but we still had to sample my death. And to this life of poverty that we was living, work with what we had, never cry about what we were in, giving still wasn't in my nature. The D was brought up better. I was told that if y'all stealing, then white devils would get you, never let you get ahead in this game called life. If you can't get it right, get 25 to your life. Bite off the hand and feed you, then you're gone. That ain't my lifestyle, fool. I got it going on, just wrong. But got bad chicks deep off in my zone. And not to mention all that love percent up in my home. I'm gone up to the house up on the hill where the blaze chill. Look what life gave me, get yours, that's real. But feel I'm real and still will kill for my growth. My life's gravy, big baby, try and hold me back. Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching gravy. Look what life gave me. These busters acting shady but they still can't fade me. Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching gravy. Look what life gave me. These busters acting shady but they still can't fade me.
Man, back in the days, I remember when I didn't have this. Me and my girl and her kids eating on eggs and hard grits. Didn't know where that next stamp was coming from. So then she put it down. Got a job working at the buy low. She got her first paycheck and throw me a C note. It was on from then, it was like murder she wrote. Cause I was killing them busters with them dividends. Slanging them fat sack food, wasn't trying to make no friends. I've been around for 3 decades and a half. And if a trick run up on me, I put these hands on you trick fast. Cause I'm rolling with a click that's thick like grit. Side bow knuckleheads from the moat, quick to get up in your grip. A group of homies that's down to give you nightmare. Look at the empire bill, fool, hey, yo, don't stand. Cause I hit my knees every night for forgiveness, G. But I can't complain, cause look what life has gave to me.
Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching gravy. Look what life gave me. These busters getting shady but they still can't fade me. Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching gravy. Look what life gave me. like snitches or sit back and sip some gin on ice. Nothing nice when out of your pocket is your hand. Protecting what life gave, respect that fool, understand.
Yo, understand what my man Shank is trying to say. That fool that was sunshine, that fool had his messed up day. But back to the script that I was saying, I started in the game when nobody told me a gap thing, man. It took that cuz fool to really put me on. I sit back and stack my grip, now my head is strong. I pray to God to make this fool change. He snatched me and threw me straight up in the rap game. So now I'm coming true on every verse. See, I'm loving everything that life has gave to me.
Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching brain bang. Look what life gave me. These busters acting shady but they still can't fade me. Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching brain bang. Look what life gave me. These busters acting shady but they still can't fade me. Look what life gave me. These haters just mad cause this player catching brain bang. Look what life gave me.
So, we're back, and that was a wonderful video.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, let's go behind the scenes of the video.
It took one day.
I'm shocked. One
It
day.
took one day to shoot that video. We started at 7 o'clock in the morning at the studio. Moved to the hood.
Okay.
Had those people involved. Everybody was in the video, and it ended up at one of the producer's house. Look what life gave me at the end. You know, a nice big home, cars, clothes, you know, and everything. You know, it's basically telling, this is what life gave me, and I have to deal with it. I have to make the best of it. I'm not going to complain, you know, talking about this person did this to me, that person did to me. I'm going to get on my feet and make the best of it.
Now,
Drugs,
They everywhere. They
here
everywhere.
come the buzz.
Wow, we gotta kill this stuff.
Down
Yes, yes.
is now up,
Oh, yes, it is.
and family